proofing.
It's real. It's time to protect yourself. Ebola is here. Protect your family. Ebola is here. Protect your community. Ebola is here. Cause Ebola is here.
My people, you're listening. Your please give me your ear. The thing they call Ebola, my people, not la Latin. The thing yeah a year. The people who know about it, the people finish testing it, the proving it. You know saying or improving it. No more talking plenty. Who said they say the government trick it, the ministry trick it.
It is a good way to welcome you here on your number Talking Point show. Of course, a good way to say welcome, good afternoon, welcome to the Red Cross show on Truth 96.1. A 1-hour interactive program designed to update you on Ebola situation in our beloved country, Mama Liberia, as well as discuss issues surrounding the deadly Ebola virus and increasing public awareness. Today's edition is centered around the Liberian National Red Cross Community-Based Protection. Of course, we're going to have the time talking about it in details. In today's edition, I have as my special studio guest, she's no other than Mistress Sataros K. Kirby. She's the technical officer on social mobilization. And of course, I am your presenter. The name is Rufus Divine Cannon. And in between time, after a bass of our song, we go over to O'Neill Bestman. He's the Chief of Communications there at the Liberian National Red Cross to give us update relative to the works of Liberia Red Cross. Welcome.
You might not push me, Isa. When the bat eat the plum, don't eat it. When the monkey won't play, don't play with it. When someone are red and they're sweating too much, please avoid it.
Welcome back if you just joined us. Once again, this is your interactive show, the Red Cross show. Like affords you the opportunity to delve into those issues of concern relative to the growth and development of our health and other matters. Like I said, I have in the studio as my special studio guest, she's Mistress Sataros K. Kirby. Welcome to the Red Cross show.
Thank you.
Okay, not to waste much of the time, we now go over to the line and join O'Neill Bestman. He's there in Grangeda County to fill us in with basic information relative to the Liberian National Red Cross, because giving you the opportunity to talk about things that unfold over the period of time, delving into the works of the Liberian National Red Cross is quite interesting. You need to know what is unfolding, what are the plans and actions of the Liberian National Red Cross. So giving you the opportunity every Thursday from 3 to 4 on your best station, that's Truth 96.1, where we afford you the opportunity to talk about those health matters and matters surrounding the Red Cross. So making every frontive effort to get O'Neill Bestman on the line. As soon as we get him, O'Neill Bestman is right now on the line. I don't know what's happening to this line, but however, once again, Mrs. Kirby, welcome.
Thank you.
So getting into the discussion, we now have O'Neill Bestman on the line. Good afternoon, Mr. Bestman. Okay, detail us as it relates to developments of the Red Cross. May you please give us update relative to the Red Cross. What is the Red Cross involved with for now?
Well, thank you so much. It's always good to update the public as it relates to what the Red Cross is actually doing across the country. As we speak, the Red Cross continue to scale up its intervention activities across the country. Despite the declining rate of the daily Ebola virus, we continue to scale up our activities in all our areas of intervention. First, when we look at your social mobilization and contact tracing, we continue to scale up, reaching out to new communities and increasing our number of volunteers. And also, when you look at issues of social counseling, we also continue to do more to impact the community where we have people that are psychologically discomfort. We try to restore and then to stability. And one of the newest activities we have, the new activity that we have is the issue of community home-based protection, where we have, so this not a first aid, it's just empowering the community to provide community first aid whenever a member of their family fall ill, because like we are all sympathetic, and we all want to show solidarity to our friends whenever they are sick. But our VA, we are progressing across the country. We go to the scale of our activities, and our major activities in Monrovia in most of our issues debt management, now known as safe and dignified area. We continue to come their body from the community in this ECU area, Monrovia. And as I said, the referee is still on the alert. We continue to scale up our activity.
Okay, just in between time, O'Neill, with the decline in cases, as you may, are you now relaxed or preparing instead to curtail the cases eventually?
Rupert, to be frank with you, there's no evidence, there's no reason for which the Red Cross will have to scale down or relax in its effort to restore to the outbreak. We are doing everything to multiply efforts, to multiply resources with the support of our movement partners. We continue to progress towards the aim of Ebola. We will now effort, we will continue to multiply effort, mobilize resources, and then to Ebola in a completely black area.
Okay, O'Neill, before we take leave of you, within time now, for the past time, what have you been involved with in terms of this fight against Ebola, the Liberian National Red Cross, in detail?
As I said earlier, our newest activities or our newest area of transformation is the issue of the community home-based protection, which is one of the interesting areas where we have to concentrate. As you may be aware, the Red Cross is more committed at the community level. In the community area, the community is our major concern, our commitment. So like we are now moving the communities, especially far away community where ambulances can now be dealing, to position the community members just to protect themselves in case of any outbreak of maybe smartphone sick among their family, how to protect themselves. We have to empower them quickly, give them the requisite training to ensure that whenever a member of the family is sick, they will take care of that person, provide first aid service until ambulance can be called, and that person evacuated from that particular area and then taken to the community care center or community or the Ebola treatment unit.
So
yes, our new activity is that, and then with support from RCRC, also they are trying to do some issue of cash transfer to Ebola survivors. Those who were affected and were fortunate to have survived, we start to provide them with some minimum cash support to see how best they can restore their livelihood with dignity and respect. And also try to support them to see how best they can also restore some of their lost assets.
Okay, O'Neill, before we take...
On the movement, when it comes to supporting the debt body management and social mobilization, raising funds for the national society as well.
Finally, in months to come, how will the Red Cross operation evolve? In months to come, how will the Red Cross operation evolve?
What, as I said, in the months to come, our prediction is like for the safe and dignified area, our projection is to increase the number of teams to 30, as I said, and presently we have 16 operational teams, and in the months to come, it's our prediction that we have to scale up. We are not relaxing our efforts, and in the months to come, we have to reach out to more villages across the country, more towns, more volunteers, and we have to increase our number of PSR counselors to talk to those who have been to program down, also to increase the number of volunteers to reach the Ebola across every village, every town in remote Liberia.
Thank you so much.
We are always across the country, but we want to be able to at all the remote towns and villages across Liberia. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. He's O'Neill Bestman. He's the Chief of Communications there at the Red Cross. That's the Liberian National Red Cross. Well, back, we just had the time. He's there in Grand Jita County on a tour, taking out those responsibilities relative to community involvement, improvement as well. So back to you, Mrs. Kilby. How is it like for your own job relative to the community-based protection?
Yes, thank you very much, Rufus. I appreciate the time. For the community-based protection, this is just an interim approach used to protect members in quarantine household. It does not encourage people to give care at home, no. This is just a temporary approach that will be used until the person is taken to the ETU.
Now, taking into consideration, what is the importance of this whole process in this fight against Ebola?
This kit is very important in the fight because from the beginning of the fight, we say ABC. ABC means avoid body contact or no touching techniques. But you know, for our setting in Africa, everyone loves to give care to their loved ones, relatives when they are ill. So there's no way you can cut that off. So this is the reason why Red Cross brought this approach in collaboration with UNICEF to protect the one that will be giving care to his or her loved one at home when they fall ill.
How does it consolidate the fight against Ebola?
Yes, this helps the spread of the household transmission because, you know, when the people are on a quarantine and 4 or 5 persons in the home and everyone going to attend to the sick, they all will fall ill. But with this, give us and help us to minimize the mode of transmission.
Taking into consideration the community-based protection integrated with social mobilization and contact tracing, what does it mean for the fight against Ebola?
Great. You know, for Liberian National Red Cross, we got these pedals that we are moving with personally. We got social mobilization, we got psychosocial, we got contact tracing, we got community-based protection. And we are having our social mobilizer in the field. They are there doing awareness. They are telling people about IPC, which is the infection prevention control. Wash your hands, do not touch your hair. Safe barriers, protect yourself. And they are also doing active case finding. So whenever they find an active case, then our contact tracers will come in. If need arises, then our CBP, which is the community-based protection, will come in. And this will be supervised by our volunteers that have been trained by our experts and our health officers.
Now, it just brings me to the point to ask this question. What is the difference between community-based protection and that of the center care, that's the CCC, the triple Cs, or what we call the ETUs? What's the difference between that?
For community-based protection, this can only be used in hotspots where there is hard to reach. For instance, like Bapolu, I was there some 2 weeks back. We had a case in Gewala, and you will have to drive from Bapolu there for like 3 hours. You will park the car and then walk for 2 hours, cross a river. So for the ambulance to reach to that particular hard to reach area is now an easy challenge. Because of that, the community-based protection kit can be used in that direction for the family member to give care while we await the ambulance. But when it comes to CCC, which is community center care is a care that has been established in the community to give care to the sick while they await the ambulance to take the patient to the ETU.
Now, go ahead.
Then for the ETU is where they got all the expertise. They are all there to give care to the sick. You can see the Kivians, the Chinese, they are all in the ETUs to give better care, but not at home.
Well, folks, if you just joined us, this is the Red Cross Show here on Truth 96.1, here every Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock, and where we discuss issues relative to the Red Cross and giving you the importance of healthy life. If you want to be a part of the discussion as we look at the topic, community-based protection from the Red Cross angle, you can put in your text messages through this line, 0770-378-566. Your text reaction anticipated on our topic, 0770-378-566. And in between time, the line, we will announce the number. The number is 0777-173-015. When we are set to take your calls, we will definitely announce the number once again, but your text reaction anticipated on 0777 That's 0770-378-566. Back to you, Mrs. Kilby. Well, the name is kind of...
Hello, that's great.
Mrs. Kilby, welcome. Like you said, the differences between the CCCs, that's the community care centers, and that of the ETU. Now, it brings me to the place to look at another side of it. How can community-based protection help family members save their sick relatives?
Great. Like I just said, the issue in Bapolu, but that's not the only area. Even in Bomosta, Bon County, where I came from on Saturday, which was November 29, we have the same issue there. There's been helping people a lot because we know you have to give care to your sick at all times. But instead of you getting exposed to, we will give you the protection kit under the supervision of our volunteers and health officer for you to be protected so you can be exposed to this virus.
So what are the processes that lead to this whole issue here? Now, if I want to take care of the family or that sick person in terms of the community-based stuff, how can we go about?
This community-based protection is not a massive distribution. No. The distribution is not done on a community level, like to say we are going from house to house to just distribute kits. Not at all. The kits will only be given in a hotspot that is hard to reach, or when the ETU is filled. No space at the ETU. I know someone will say, but now we got a lot of ETUs granted. But before then, when the ETU is filled, there's no space. That's the time we will come in with this protection kit.
Someone want to understand now. You speak of kits. Please bring it down for the understanding of our people.
Yes, the protection kit we are talking about is some material that we brought, like a gown that you will just wear, or mini PPE. Because you know when we say PPE, it's personal protective equipment. It's just a regular gown, plastic, or mini PPE that you will wear to go to attend to your patient, and you will wear gloves. We will encourage hands washing so the one who is giving care, the one relative who are being identified to give care, won't be exposed.
Like the case of Kopo. Now, if I'm not in the reach of any of these kids that you are speaking of, now, and that person of mine is so much down, and I want to save that life, can you help us a little? What can I do in that manner?
Yes, now we got the case currently pre-positioned in 10 counties. Maserado, Bapolu, Lofa, Maigibi, Riverside, Lofa, and Nimba, and Bomi, Grand Cape County that are currently having trouble. So there's no way we would say go back to you blind plastic. No, we got the case pre-positioned everywhere in those counties, and all the counties are structured in a way that they have task forces everywhere. So the case have been pre-positioned with the federal task force, not for household. No, at the task force level, when there's a problem, then the task force will be able to deliver this kit to the household.
Now, taking into consideration your own approach, the community-based approach, how does it fit in the fight against Ebola relative to the Red Cross own approach to Ebola?
This community-based kit, you know, Red Cross as a whole, entire strength is within the community. Everything Red Cross is doing is within the community, and their strength is with their volunteers. So this kit is community-based, and we are in the community already doing social mobilization, doing psychosocial counseling. So the kit just fit within our situation.
Let us now draw you a little bit to the point where those areas that are not affected, like you name affected areas. What about those areas that are not affected? If the occurrence or what you may emergency outbreak in that area and there's no kits, so to speak, in that, what can be done?
Great. We have 5 counties left out now: Grand Gila, Grand Crew, Maryland, Sano, and River G. These are the 5 counties that we don't have pre-positional kit. But if there's a need, we got our volunteers, Red Cross card, offices everywhere. They got volunteers in the entire 15 counties. So when there's a need, we will be posted and then we will rush in quick because we got our rapid response team now that is working vigorously at all levels.
Well, folks, once again, if you just joined us, this is the Red Cross Show here on Truth 96.1. Every Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock is where we give you the opportunity to know what's unfolding within the Red Cross and give you the opportunity to express yourself on those issues, because we find ourselves in a crisis where you understand that information dissemination is one of those problems. But the Red Cross thought it wise to bring you this program every Thursday so that you can address, we can address your concern as it relates to cases within your area and those things that you have as your recommendation. So your text messages anticipated on 0770-378-566. That's 0770-378-566. We are looking at community-based protection within the cycle of the Liberian National Red Cross. In between time, we're shortly going to be taking your calls. You will definitely call us on 0777-173-015. Do not hold your calls for now as we go through the discussion. That's okay. We have a change in number now. You can now call us on 0776-561-202. That's 0776-561-202. But hold your calls. But your text we action anticipated on 0770-378-566. I am your presenter. The name is Rufus Divine Conant, and I'm here with Mistress
Sataros K. Kebe.
And you come from
Liberian National Red Cross, technical person for social mobilization.
Wow, technical person. So you have the strategic plans as it relates to mobilization, most especially on a social basis.
Sure, indeed. Even now that we are having pockets of Ebola around town, we have another strategy that we are about to put in place.
And what are those strategies, if you care to tell us?
Sure. We have to go around with a mobile team now from communities to communities, marketplaces, and football field to make sure to reinforce our efforts. Because we know the Liberians are getting complacent that they are saying Ebola is not here again, Ebola is going, but we are still having pockets Ebola around town. So we are going to reinforce our messages. Even as the holidays draw closer, we are having festival, we are having election around the corners. I mean, people are doing abnormal things. So we are prepared now to get there.
And getting there, how will you get there?
We are getting there with new campaign messages like Ebola is real. I mean,
some members say it's an old message now. Everyone knows that Ebola is real.
Together we can fight Ebola together. Ebola is still here. We can all defeat Ebola with our cooperation.
Wow, we can all defeat Ebola with our cooperation. Well, folks, you can now put in your calls on the number 0776-561-202. That's 0776-561-202 is the number to call. And your text reaction on 0770-378-566. We anticipate your calls, so keep your calls coming as we look at the topic, the Liberian National Red Cross community-based protection. How does it fit in this fight against Ebola? Now, your calls anticipated. Keep your calls coming. Do we have a call? 0776-561-202. The number to call. Oh, we lost that. Okay, let's see if we can get this caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Wow, we're not getting this person. Let us make some adjustment. Make some adjustment on the line here. This is the Red Cross Show. If you just join us, we are making some technical adjustment to be right back. Don't go away.
Your family, protect your community.
My people, you're listening. they call Ebola, my people, now Latin. They think yeah, a year. The people who know about it, the people finish testing it, the proving it. You know saying or improving it. No more talking plenty. Who said they say the government trick it, the ministry trick it, the TNA politics. Prevention is better than cure. The life you save today, it might be you. Look at Guinea, look at Sierra Leone. From the Bolo and enter Callahan. Y'all won't tell me you can't believe my.
Okay, we have this caller on the line. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Colin. I'm calling from Red Light.
Okay, Peter, welcome to the Red Cross Show. What's your concern?
Yeah, well, thank you very much. It's a very interesting show. First of all, I would like to be very grateful to God, and secondly to the Red Cross family for the bold step that they have taken in combating to help combat the deadly virus. But my concern has to do with that yesterday they came in our community. She got the civic, they were distributing some buckets. Hello?
Go ahead, we're listening.
Yeah, they were distributing some buckets, but then unfortunately there are some houses that they marked Red Cross, and people went to verify their name on a list. And unfortunately, they did not see their name. So buckets were left over, and then they put those buckets back in the car and carry it to a complaint. They couldn't give any proper verification as to why those people's names are not on the list. So, and they are all Liberians. Okay, so I mean,
You said a community again?
So many houses. In fact, some people said, in fact, the bucket that all the people received. I mean that they give out, they don't even reach an amount like 20 years of food. So I don't know why it should be that way.
Which community are you speaking of?
Come back.
Which community are you speaking of relative to this issue?
She got Lone Star Community 1.
Okay, Community 1, Jacotown, Lone Star.
Right behind the Lone Star gas station.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. Let's take this caller on the line. We have this caller on the line. Oh no, let's get this caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? What is your name and where are you calling from? Okay, this is the Red Cross Show. Welcome.
Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you. Welcome to the Red Cross Show.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, I don't want to say a grateful to Bangkok and second to the Red Cross family, you know. How to do with the places, you know, for instance, I have a conversation, you know, I'm so busy,
May you please change your location? You're coming in broken. Go ahead.
You get me?
Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, that we start there one time. I know how to live one thing,
Wow, we're not getting actually.
Alright. Okay, my concern here is what is the Red Cross doing? Or what mentality is the Red Cross putting to place in case of outbreak? You know, in terms of killing, because one has to leave from one place to go to another place for food. And they see any other person when they are self-contained, and they guarantee, you know, at home.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. In between time, we will address that question. So keep your calls coming. Okay, thank you so much. Keep your calls coming on 0776-561-202. Better still 0777-173-015. That line has been activated now. So let's get this caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Nelson Similar. Join the conversation from Marshall to be specific cleaning work there.
Okay. Melvin, go ahead.
Yeah, if still there, she really elaborates well. But I want to ask her really because in our laboratory science, people talk more on radio and in reality. Is this at this mountain really she not talking to the people when they talk more when you see nothing.
Come again with your question, you said?
I'm saying? Yeah, she explained well, but the case really mounted in this county. The kids are seeable or optical. When you go there, you will see it now. She's not talking to the LC people. Anytime you explain something, you see everything in community.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll address that in subsequent time. Thank you so much for joining us. 0777, that's 0776 561 202, or Bella Sales 0777 173 015 are the numbers to call. Do not forget your text reaction anticipated as well on 0770 378 566. We'll go back to the telephone line to take this call. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Momo Parker. I phone in from Kakata in Magimi County.
Okay, Momo, go ahead. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much for the record hour in Moish commenting for the platform. But really, I want to know, perhaps ask the question about your job. In Kakata, all people were coming in, the rural communities, marking houses, saying that they are on the red cross and the distribution of food. When will this kick off? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take more calls and let's say 3 calls. Then we go over to our studio guest to answer those questions. Keep your calls coming on 0776 561 202. Bell still 0777 173 015. This is the Red Cross Show here on Truth 96.1 every Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock, and I'm your presenter. The name is Rufus Divine Cannon. Welcome to it. Well, since we do not have calls now, you listen to all of the concerns from our callers. Can you address?
Yes. The issue from Checotan about this pocket. You know, the issue of pocket, Liberian people just love to use situation to just adjust how to describe that. But we are giving pockets to specific people who don't have at all. Our volunteers went around checking for RPC, which is the Infection Prevention Control. That has to do with the washing hand station pockets. Those who have pockets to their horses were not marked. Their names were not taken down. But those who didn't have pocket at all, you will pass around. They didn't know that we were going there. We took them by surprise. So when we called them, somebody didn't have pocket at all. That's the reason why we wrote their names. But then when we get to know that you have pocket, there's no need to care for the pockets. We have other people in the community that actually need these things.
Okay, the issue of ration, he said, distribution of food and other materials. Are you in the know of that?
But I already know that Red Cross is involved in now. Red Cross is a volunteer institution. We don't have anything to say we are going to do rationing, no. We are in collaboration. We are partnering with other international partners. Like Terry FP, yes, we are. When people are under quarantine, we have our volunteers that are being used by Terry FP to go and do distributions. Goods. But we are not doing massive distribution to say we are going all around Monrovia or Liberia to just be giving food from house to house. No, Red Cross is not actually involved in that.
Well, your text reaction on 0770 378 566. And your calls in between time anticipated on the following numbers: 0776 561 202. Let's see if we can get this caller on the line. Let's see if we can get this caller on the line. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I want to say something. No, that's for now. I don't have my name is my TV.
Uh-huh.
No?
Go ahead, we're listening.
All right, my TV won't go. I did not ready, and I already have my in the future. So therefore, the affected us. And you know, when we say, it's like, oh, SYG, so we are going to quarantine this, and you know, and there is no food. Now, what I to say? And my brother, out of my mind, I guess here, is there community can they go there, and get bucket for out of the completion process. If they put a selector children can record go and give a bucket for 1 year, long just put it away until there. But it's not for a massive distribution. Where we not people, I'm not talking about massive distribution, I'm talking about the house that is affected. That the people are there currently and they don't have food.
Okay.
How will they go across? The one I'm not concerned.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us get this caller on the line. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Or we lost out on this caller. Keep your calls coming on 0776 561 202 or 0777 173 015. This caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm calling you again for the second time. All the people with the lady issue point at over 10 different houses that were marked, and those houses does not have buckets. And those people carry the bucket back. The distribution was done right at the Power Faith Christian Church yesterday. I can point at over 10 different houses that were marked Red Cross, and those houses does not have buckets. So she shouldn't say that, they did that thing unexpectedly. Granted, it was unexpected, but people did not receive. And all of houses that have buckets were given buckets. Their names were omitted from the list.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yesterday.
Thank you so much for joining us once again. 0777 173 or 0776 561 202. Let's get this caller, although we miss out on. But your text reaction also anticipated on 0770 378 More calls coming in. Your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, hello, my name is D. Momo Parker. I phone in from Kakata, Magui County again. Yes, I really want to know, there are some places, even I understand from the lady in studio that they are bucket to places. But then leaving the bucket is another thing. Adequately, somebody enter Ebola material like the chlorine, the chlora, it's not really frequent. How are they really managing the giving bucket, or that's all?
Okay, she will actually address that. But keep let us address the few questions posted to you before going further.
Yes, thank you, Rufus. Thank you, folks, for your many calls. You see, the issue of distribution, records will only come in when there's a need. If the FP is not around at all, but World Food Program is the one responsible. Our own application is to go around doing the distribution on supervision, under supervision with WFP. But we are not going to say we are buying food of our own to go and give to people. No, that's what Red Cross is doing. And when people are under quarantine, I'm of the conviction that we are responsible enough to go there and do distribution. Like for instance, in New Totota, I was there last Friday, November 28th. They have a case there. They had 12 family heads that are on quarantine there presently. I was even on Radio Totota that day. When we got there, we spoke with Bon County Health team. They said they had people on quarantine. They were going to give them food. They were awaiting WFP food. But when we got there that morning, there was no food. But Red Cross being a humanitarian organization, we were able to put our hand in our own purse, and then we provided rice, cooking utensil, and every other thing that you think of when people are in quarantine they need. We also gave them hygiene kit. We have another kit that we call hygiene kit that we will discuss another time. But now you are asking me too much, so I will have to bring this out. We gave them the kit. The kit contains 2 gallons, 2 buckets, one with faucet for washing hands, and the kit also contains 4 gallons of chlorine, water card that you put in your drinking water, because we know when people are on quarantine, they are not to move about. Other people will bring their water, and when they bring the water, they need to put the water card in the water. That also include bath soap and laundry soap and other things. We have a lot of packages for people that are on quarantine. So don't say Red Cross is not going there. Indeed, we are doing it.
Okay, back to our discussion relative to your own job as it relates to the community-based protection. Now, what have you gathered so far from people you have trained to respond to cases?
I mean, people been responding very well. Even the few days when I say Monday in Grand Cape County, Grand Cape County, January, where we have the case. At the first place, we went to pilot this kid, and it went very well. I was able to work with a household member whose husband was ill, and I trained her, I told her what to do, and she did exactly what we told her. She gave care to her husband. But unfortunately for us, the husband died 3 days later, but the lady survived. She's not exposed. She did not come down with Ebola, and she's still well. And her husband was confirmed.
Looking at your preparedness to take this initiative to the remote areas, how prepared are you?
We are prepared indeed, because we got our rapid response team. Now our rapid response team is headed by the delegate from Federation. She's heading in Southern. She is a master holder in public health, and then she worked along with Satara's KKV again, MPH. We got Benu Pamo there for contact tracing. We got Abraham Babasa there for psychosocial. So these are the things that we are working with to move in. So whenever there is a trouble, we are there. Like Bomota issue, once we are informed, indeed we are there. Because Red Cross got a chapter everywhere. And in those chapters, we got our field officers. In the field officers, they are there with psychosocial officer and also health officer. So they are there to fill us with information on a daily basis. As I speak, when I was on my way here, I just received another information from one of my field officers that there is a case at which community? Fenia community today. So we are going back to the office to make a plan and see how the response team can move in.
So what are your operational strategies for the community-based protection?
The first thing is training. We train our health officers, and we also have regional liaison officers. As we know that Liberia is divided into regions. So we got 5 regions. Like one is Grand Cape, Bomi, Bapolu, that's region 1. Mosoralo, Maigibi, Grand Basala, region 2. So we have regional liaison officers that are there to supersede the entire supervision, because we know the waste management aspect of these kids. That's the one everyone are looking at. Waste management. So we have the health officer working along with the volunteers. They are supervising the volunteers. And the health officer, they are being supervised by the regional liaison officers.
Now, we talk about health, what you just spoke on in terms of psychosocial. Can you please detail that for us when you talk about psychosocial?
Yes, these are the counselors that they are giving hope to people. Like on my right, you can see our survivor counselor. He's there giving hope to those who are in the ETUs that they need to make it, they can make it.
Giving hope to the hopeless.
Yes.
Now, the disposal of these kids, what are those measures you've put in place to actually safeguard people? Most especially, you have the case, for instance, if the kids were disposed in an environment like the dump part, and you have the kids playing around there and come in contact with that, what have you put in place to actually restrict that?
That is the waste management. And with our RPC expertise, we are there to bring every bit of thing that will be taken to the community. We are not putting anything in the garbage. No, all our rubbish have been burned, and we dig hole for all our water that we use. Our chlorine water we use for washing hands. If the patient poo-poo, the patient pee-pee, we can put everything in the hole. We are not leaving anything in any community. No.
Well, folks, if you just join us, we love to say welcome. This is Truth 96.1, and it is the program, the Red Cross Show, that comes away every Thursday from 3 to 4 o'clock, where we give you the opportunity to know what is unfolding within the Red Cross, what the Red Cross is involved with, and giving you the opportunity, the details, what you have on your mind. Pose those questions, because we are solely responsible to answer each and every question that is in line with our discussion. We're looking at the community-based protection, and today we have as our studio guest, she's Mrs. Satyrus Kilby, detailing all of these questions that we pose to her. But it's time now that we get more of your calls, your text reaction as well. Your text reaction on 0770-378-566, and you can put in your calls on the following numbers: 0776-561-202, or better still, 0777-173-015. Put in your calls, and we are there to receive them and get your text messages read on the program. Keep your calls. Okay, we have this caller on the line. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Please reduce the volume of your radio.
Okay, I'm the LNRCS from out of the Sokiness FC.
Oh, okay.
And what they call the saying that they just in the bucket, marking the horse. And so horse is mark, and now they are just in the bucket, they are not getting buckets to anybody. They taking the bucket, giving to the people what they know. You see?
What do you,
They continue what they put in the bag. Here.
that is a grave allegation. Have you earmarked those who are carrying on that act? Because the Red Cross is solely responsible, indeed, and we do not go in that line of doing what you are saying. But have you marked any individual carrying the symbols of the Liberian National Red Cross? Can you identify?
I went to him, I explained the situation to him. He told me, what is Zoo here? When I went to Zoo here, he said, man, I'm far concerned that everybody can get the bucket. As soon as few people get the bucket, but with other people that for the community, yes, what are we that living here? You are entitled to your mass our horses, they want to get a bucket.
Okay, my brother, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you.
0777 that's 0776 5617, that's 0776 561 202, 0777 173 015. Get your calls coming as well as your text reaction. Let's have the time discussing on the show. This show is meant for you to put in your points and let us know what is unfolding in your various communities, and what the Red Cross is doing is in line with community-based, where we improve the livelihood of all of our vulnerables, as you may. So take into consideration, if you have come in contact with any personnel of the Liberian National Red Cross, and for what some of them are saying, how they were given the time to talk on buckets that were given to them, but yet and still the houses were marked, but they did not receive. Those are all grave allegations that need to be proved, because if you come up with some allegation, you must have facts, because one who come with equity will come with clean hands.
Sure.
So now, if you are saying a member of the Red Cross ran in your community and marked your house, time for distribution, they did not give you what is required to be given to you. The question is, did you earmark that individual or that team that went in your community? They're not giving out the details. So how can we come up with that finding?
Yes.
Or investigation?
There's no clue. So, but one thing we know, that Red Cross is built on a principle. One of the main principles that Red Cross is dealing with now is impartiality. We are not partial. We don't have interest in anybody. The aim of Red Cross is to alleviate suffering to the needies. That's why we know Red Cross is there for. So I just don't want to believe they are Red Crossers that went out going about doing those things.
0777-173-015. Better still 0776-561-202. The numbers to call. Let me get this. Caller, your name and where are you calling from?
I'm the prison consultant. What you are saying, the issue of ticket, but the ticket now they are not because the ticket of the people that let you community. If the ticket out, do not let you community. I can't start with it comes here to run up as you get a I'm going to come in and see some people that let you community and they get the ticket.
But you are in the line of being one of those vulnerables?
No, I got mine, but the others they were all like about all.
Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. That will be addressed in subsequent time. You listen to him. Actually, he's kind of fronting for others who haven't received. Their houses were marked, and he said, calling to him, people who do not live in the community. Let's see if we can take this last call and then wrap up. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Your line is too bad, my brother. I hope you can join us. Let us see if we can get this person on the line here. Caller, your name. Oh, we lost out on that caller. But time is fast spent. You can get your calls within just a minute so that we can get your views on what we are discussing. Once again, the number 0777-173-015. We have a caller on this line. Caller, we messed up. Well, time is. We have this caller. Caller, your name and where are you calling from? Well, it's time that we wrap up. So, what's your parting comment?
Yes, the issue of the community protection kit is not actually meant for home treatment. We keep saying this, we keep preaching this to not use it for home treatment. And we are not doing massive distribution of those kits. We are pre-positioning those kits to hot spots, and they are being supervised by our health officers, our volunteers, and our regional liaison officers. So I want to say thank you so much for listening. Safe and healthy holiday. Do not give Ebola for Christmas. Do not give Ebola for Christmas. Do not travel during the Christmas season when you are sick. Do not give Ebola for Christmas. Ebola is still here. We must continue to do our prevention.
Wow. You did not tell the people your name?
Our Christmas wish is have no more new Ebola cases. Thank you for listening. I'm Sataros K. Kebe from Liberian National Red Cross, social person, technical person for social mobilization.
Well, folks, thank you so much for your calls and your response to all of those questions will be taken into consideration. And now, taking up the time again, you may also take up the time to do a survey within your community. When we come back here next Thursday, you let us know, because this show is intended for you. We need to get your views on issues, because if we are not told, how can we know how to go out to help you? The Red Cross is in the business of going after the most vulnerable, taking up the time to do what is meant to be done for health to live in. Well, earlier we had on the line from Grand Jide, the Chief of Communications there at the Red Cross, Mr. Oni Bestman, filling us in with basic information of the Liberian National Red Cross. We had in the studio, you listened to her, she was our guest, Mrs. Sataros K. Kirby, Technical Officer on Social Mobilization, and we dealt on the topic, the Liberian National Red Cross Society Community-Based Protection. While the name is Rufus Devon Cannon, same time, same station with another topic. Watch out, we'll be back.
Everybody, let us save our country.
It's time to protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect your community. Cause Ebola is here. It's Protect your family. Protect your community. Ebola. The thing I come, the thing I show fair. Ebola in town, I know. You must wash your hand with soap and cook your fuku. You must not push me, Isa. When the bat eat the plum, don't eat it. When the monkey won't play, don't play with it. When someone are red and they're sweating too much, please avoid them. You must tell your friend them.